What's up, everybody? It is your boy Lewis back again with another video about UFC 325. This is the breakdown / reaction to the fights that took place, and I watched this card. I streamed it from Volkanovski to Yizha all the way to the main event. So let's get started. And I went 8-2 on my picks. Chat, let me just say something. My picks were good. My picks were really good. And let's get straight away with these fights. Let's go. We had Volkanovski versus Yizha. Volkanovski gets the win. Robbery. This decision right here is why people hate judges in MMA. This decision right here is the exact thing that you should show a referee or a judge, before they get into judging. Right? There needs to be, like, you know how there's, like, literacy tests out there, you know what I'm saying? There should be a literacy test for fighting for judges where they watch a fight that is clear to one winner and then just see if they're dumb. You know what I mean? Like, just see if they're dumb, right? Volkanovski did not land the most strikes in the fight, right? Full fight. 75 to 53 total strikes, 3 takedowns, and a knockdown. It kind of looked like he got 2 knockdowns, if I'm being honest, from Yizha. And he won the entire second and third round. Like, I'm not understanding what these judges saw. I picked Yizha to win this fight. Maybe I'm just salty and bitter. But Yizha clearly won. He clearly won the fight, and I'm pissed about it because it's just the awful decision. Volkanovski did not deserve to get this win. But, yeah, Yizha clearly won, and the judges are idiots. I mean, he was just piecing him up on the feet, pressure, and the first round was all Volkanovski. All Volkanovski, in my opinion. He was cooking. He was doing really good work. But then in the second round, it was all Yizha, and then the third round, it was all Yizha. I don't understand. These refs are stupid. Let's go on to the next fight, which is Jonathan McCaleb taking on Oban Elliott taking on Jonathan McCaleb here. I picked Jonathan McCaleb to win, and he gets the job done. Now, I will say this. He looked like shit. He looked awful in this fight. Jonathan McCaleb did not look good. He looked slow. He looked lethargic out there moving. Oban Elliott was piecing him up. Bop, bop, bop. Like, his hand speed was so fast compared to McCaleb, right? And it honestly looked like Oban Elliott was going to take this over and just destroy him, right? I mean, even in the second round, you look at the significant strikes, 19-8, right? Oban Elliott was cooking him, destroying him. But McCaleb got 1 takedown and got 1 sub attempt, and that was the whole fight. That was it. That was the fight. McCaleb looked awful, though, in this win. He needs to learn something about striking, because if you're actually, like, pressuring him and, like, putting some hand speed on him, he sucks. He's not that good. I expect him to get destroyed by anybody competent in the welterweight division, and it just so happens that Oban Elliott wasn't able to get that done. So, yeah, I get my pick right. 1-1 on the card so far after this one. So, let's move on to the next one, where Jacob Malkoun put that mustard on Finney. Yeah. Listen, I picked Jacob Malkoun to win this one because he had better hands. They're both wrestlers, so the wrestling kind of mitigated itself. They kind of just canceled out. So who has the better hands? And it's obviously Jacob Malkoun. Now, Jacob Malkoun's stand-up is elementary as fuck, but he put that mustard on Finney, baby. Let me tell you, the jab 2, jab 3. Ooh, my brother, he was putting on a clinic. Jacob Malkoun, a couple years away from the octagon, man, he put on a clinic against Torres Finney. Just relentless pressure and relentless striking, man, and even knocked down Finney. Finney looked like shit. Finney's awful. I don't expect him to be anything in his next fight. So, Yeah, Torres Finney sucks, and Jacob Malkoun, I knew he was better from the jump. So there we go. Shout out to Jacob Malkoun getting this one done by decision with all those total strikes and all those significant strikes, man. He was dominating Finney, just piecing him up clean. And then we have Cam Rouston taking on Cody Brundage here. I picked Cam Rouston to win this one, and he did get this one done by TKO in the second round. It was kind of an iffy fight, right? Obviously, Cam Rouston was winning the fight, but it didn't look as clean as, as I kind of wanted it to in the first round. Now, first round Brundage is a good fighter. But once you start getting into the second round, once you start getting into where we're actually pushing pace here, yeah, he folds and crumbles because he's awful. That's it. That's all you can say, man. Cam Rouston put that mustard on him and just pieced him up. Yeah, got him on the ground, TKO'd him. Easy. Minus 350 as well. If you pick Cody Brundage to win this one, you're actually dumb. There you go. Cam Rouston gets that one done by TKO. Next, we have Billy Elikana, who took on Junior Tafa. When I tell you I was scared because Junior Tafa almost destroyed my pick. I was scared, chat. Let me tell you. But Billy Elikana, man, he was able to really do some good work here. And Junior Tafa almost clipped him on the chin and put him out cold. But he wasn't able to do that. I mean, in the first round, Billy Elikana landed 9 significant strikes to 26 of Tafa. Tafa was destroying him. He just was destroying him. But then, once it got into the second round, Billy Elikana gets a takedown and gets a sub attempt and then gets the submission, right? Like, kind of all she wrote. Like, he was able to withstand that first round storm from Tafa, and boy, it was a good storm. But he just was not able to push that pace again in round 2 was Tafa. And Billy Elikana took advantage of it. He has really good cardio. Took him down and subbed him. Took his back and subbed him. Yeah, easy. Easy work, really. Outside of the first round, man, this fight looked really easy for Billy Elikana. You just worry about that chin getting cracked at some point by some fighter. But overall, solid win by Billy Elikana. Faced adversity and got through it. So there we go. Now, moving on to the main card. Quillen Salkild taking on Jamie Malarkey. And boy, oh boy. This was a lamb getting fed to slaughter. Thank you. That's what it was. Quillen Salkild is amazing. He's a great prospect. And gets his takedowns. He can wrestle. He can strike. He can do a lot of very good things. And gets the submission in round 1 on Jamie Malarkey, right? Like, Quillen Salkild is going to be a tough guy to beat. You're going to have to be able to chin him on the feet if you want to be able to. You're going to have to be able to stuff a takedown and chin him on the feet, right? That's tough. Not a lot of guys could do that. Maybe when he gets to, the start getting into the rankings, maybe we can have those conversations about he's not able to compete on this level. But boy, oh boy, is he really good right now. And, just want to give all the power to him. He's fantastic. And I picked Quillen Salkild in this one. So at this point, we are, what was my record? 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 at this point. 5-1. So we're doing really good on picks. So I'm not too worried. And then we get into the Blobfest, baby. Talison Teixeira takes on Tai Tuivasa. I picked Talison Teixeira to win this one. Both of these guys need to be cut from the UFC immediately. Both of these guys are absolutely awful, absolutely tragic, absolutely abysmal, to say the least. These guys suck. This is a Blobfest. Both of these guys got tired real fast. And Tuivasa had a chance to take out Teixeira in the last round, but he could not do it. He's a blob. That's it. That's literally all that is. He is a blob of a human being. And, man, both of these guys look awful. But Teixeira clearly runs round 1 and 2. And, yeah, Teixeira looks like shit, too. All these heavyweights that aren't Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane, and Volkov just look awful. Like they're just, and I'm probably missing a couple guys in there too, but they just look awful. They're horrendous to watch. They are horrific. So these guys are blobs personified, and I got to share a pick right. I was really trying to hold in like my laughter for both of these guys, but these guys, they're awful. They're terrible. But moving on to a fight that was pretty good. Rafael Fiziev taking on Mauricio Huffy. I picked Mauricio Huffy to get this one done by decision or KO. I think I may have picked the KO because he does have that pop on the feet. And in round one, kind of looks like he won the first round there. Kind of looked like he won that first round there. So I think the judges may have been swinging his way, but watching it live, you clearly went Fiziev. But, you know, Huffy was doing his thing, man. His striking's so clean, and Fiziev, man, just got caught right on the chin with a clean right hand and just couldn't recover from it. Just couldn't recover. And when Huffy has you hurt, he has you hurt, and he's going to be able to try and find that finish. These fighter nerds, they know how to find a finish, and they know how to finish people, right? And a lot of people picking Fiziev because he's a really good contender. He's actually such a good fighter. But I kind of just felt like Mauricio Huffy just has the advantage right now, right? He was able to stand in front of Fiziev without getting touched for most of the fight. Fiziev's kicks were fantastic. And when he was touching Huffy, it was mostly with the kicks. So not a lot of punches landing from Fiziev onto Rufi. But Rufi was landing that stiff jab all night. He was also trying to kick as well. But it was mostly his punches that were getting the work done. Getting that job done by second round TKO. I had Rufi winning this one. And I feel vindicated. Because, you know, people were kind of writing him out because his wins aren't that good. But I kind of felt like he has that edge, right? And in the striking department, against somebody who can strike, he can find the chin. So I went with Rufi, and I came out with a win. Shout out to Fiziev, though. Tough break for him. He fights monsters in the lightweight division. He'll be back better than ever, I am sure. Now, moving on to where the parlay got spoiled. Benoit Saint-Denis dominated Dan Hooker. There's not much we need to say here. I picked Dan Hooker. I'm an idiot. And Benoit Saint-Denis fucking destroyed him. Easy. Easy money. You kind of felt like Dan Hooker could kind of mitigate those takedowns and be able to put Benoit on the back foot and really piece him up with those kicks at range. No, Benoit destroyed him and, you know, took him down and beat him up and did all those things. It actually came from Dan Hooker trying to take him down in the second round, which is a dumb thing to do. Dan Hooker, you're an idiot. And Dan Hooker getting beat up and just cannot escape position. So, yeah. This fight was crazy. Benoit Saint-Denis gets it done. He'll probably be looking to fight somebody in the top 10. I'm not too sure who. I don't think this win really moves you that much up the total poll. But maybe we could see a pretty decent matchup. Maybe a Quill and Sal killed, right? No, don't do that, actually. That's a dumb thing to say. But I did pick Dan Hooker, and I was wrong. He's dumb. Benoit, an animal, a savage, and he puts that pace on you. When he puts that grappling on you, man, you're not getting out of it. So shout out to Benoit Saint-Denis. Moving on to the main event, Alexander Volkanovski dominated for 5 rounds. Right? Round 1 in the striking department. Total strikes, I thought Volk won round 1. I thought Volk won round 2. Right? These strikes, right? Volk is barely winning these rounds. But I did think Volk won the round. And then we have in the third round, I thought, oh, wow, they didn't score that a knockdown? Wow, they didn't score that a knockdown. That's why a judge had Volk winning. 50-45. That's insane. And then in the fourth round, still beating him. And then in the fifth round, Diego did nothing to solidify his case and got destroyed pretty much in the fifth round. So I had rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Alexander Volkanovski. I had him winning this by 49-46 or 48-47 decision across the board. And he did that. So shout out to Alexander Volkanovski. He's fantastic. He's just too skilled. He's too good. And when it comes down to it, you have to be as skilled as Alexander Volkanovski. You just have to. So there's not many people who are skilled like Alexander Volkanovski. That's Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, two of some of the greatest fighters we've ever seen on the face of the planet. And yeah, Volkanovski's the man. Diego Lopes got to get back in the lab. I mean, he was connecting, he was landing, but in a technical fight, man, you're not going to beat Volk. You're just not. You got to make it super ugly, but then if you try to make it ugly, Volk catches you with a counter, puts you on the back foot now, right? So it's a very fine line you have to play when trying to beat Alexander Volkanovski. You either have to resort to grappling or you have to knock him out. That's it. And Diego Lopes could not resort to grappling. Volk was also shooting in takedowns as well. So Volk right here was showing his array of martial arts, and he looked really good doing it. Clearly won the fight. Clear. I thought it was 4-1 going into the finish of the fight. So, tough break for Diego. He should be out of the title picture for at least, a couple more fights, maybe 2-3 fights. And then when Volk is finally gone, maybe we can think about... Excuse me. Maybe we can start thinking about giving Lopes that another title shot, because he's not getting another title shot if Volk's the champ. So I'm going to need Volk to retire or lose for him to get another title shot. But shout out to Lopes. He put on a decent scrap. I just wish he could have been a bit more aggressive, but Volk is too technical to like you would think that, what do you call it? I'm blanking here on words. Like, you would think that, he could be able to kind of do better in this fight. And to be honest, he did do better in this fight, which I kind of predicted, but I still predicted him to lose. He's just not as skilled. He does not have that same technique, that same distance management, and that same countering power as well from Volk. Like, Volk, if he was 5'10", the world's cook, right? Because he could do everything. So shout out to Alexander Volkanovski, and shout out to UFC 325. Shout out this card. This was a really fun card to watch. So thank you guys so much for watching this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. We're going to be back next week for the Vinicius Oliveira versus Mario Batista card. We'll be dropping my predictions on Tuesday or Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, take it easy. Peace out.